Hi there, everyone. Namaste. I'm Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. Welcome to your planetary energy forecast for the week of December the 19th, 2022. Now, this is an interesting week. We have a new moon this week. We have a huge vibe change because Jupiter's going to be changing signs. So this is definitely a week. I know there's holiday hustle and bustle happening, but this is a big week to kind of like take note of what happens in your life and in the world at large. All right, so let's jump in. Monday the 19th, we've got a Scorpio moon. It's sending a really nice blessing over to the Venus in Cap, which I like, which gives insight and ideas. And then Jupiter comes to the very, very end degrees of Pisces. It will be 12 years before it comes through here. So if there's something over the weekend in your Pisces area of life that you really, that opportunity that you didn't take advantage of or jump on, get it done. Because on Tuesday, December the 20th, Jupiter goes back to 0 degrees of Aries. Now, this is another thing to take note of because it was back there in October, right? It dipped in and then retrograded back out. But it is going to fly through Aries, friends. It's just going to fly through Aries and end up in Taurus by the, I believe May, like really fast. So look at that Aries area. Say it quickly now, Aries area. Look at that Aries area of life and watch for the opportunities, right? Think back, what was going on 12 years ago, right? What opportunities were arising? 2011, right? Where did you maybe go too big, or where do you need to expand into? What 12-year cycle maybe is coming to an end and there's something new to begin? Really pay attention, this is important. All right, Scorpio moon is going to stand across the sky from Uranus, so that's always a little bit intense. It's going to sextile to the Mercury, though. It's going to square the Saturn, trine the Neptune, sextile Pluto. Whew, that's a lot, all right? That's a lot for that Scorpio area of life. And then keep in mind, also, we've got that South Node still there. So high vibe Scorpio, value your intensity. Understand and look at beyond what is on the surface, right? But there might be a lot of information streaming in on top of that Jupiter shift, that Jupiter vibe shift. So I really like the intuition on this day. Even though it's got that square to the Saturn, I still like the intuitive hits you might be getting on Tuesday. Wednesday's the winter solstice. That is when the sun goes to 0 degrees of Capricorn, right? The shortest day of the year. Happy solar return to my beautiful, plentiful Capricorn friends. I love Capricorns. It's at 4:48 Eastern Standard. The moon is going to be in Sag that day, trine over to the Jupiter, newly in Aries, and then the sun will square Jupiter. So there's going to be a little bit of like blessing and a little bit of difficulty on that day. But just don't keep things, don't overdo. Don't go to excess, and I think you'll be fine. Also, with that moon in Sagittarius, anytime the moon's in Sagittarius, that's a watch your mouth moon. All right, so be a little careful. You can go over the top, overcommit, things of that nature. All right, on the 22nd, I'm loving Venus in Capricorn, trine to the Uranus and Taurus. So this could be really something that's important to you that you find of value. You may have a great idea about how to manage your resources. You might have a financial opportunity arise on this day, so pay attention to that. Moon in Sag, sextile to the Saturn, square to the Pisces, but I like, it gives a little bit more sticking power. I don't mind that square to the Neptune just because that's going to be like a myth buster, right? A reality buster. And that's good. We don't want to be deluded, right? We don't want to be deluded. All right. The 23rd is the new moon. It's 5:17 a.m. on the East Coast. It's at 1 degree of Capricorn. I find this to be kind of intriguing, especially because Pluto is preparing to finish up its spin through Capricorn, right? And so it's kind of like a new beginning. Pluto broke things down in that area of life. Now, what do you want to start in that Capricorn area of life? It squares the Jupiter in Aries, but that's also like, that's a kind of just a clash between like, the power structure and the individual, your sense of independence and autonomy and the rules, right? But let that square just guide you into wise manifestation methods and wise manifestation goals, right? A new moon in Capricorn isn't like a dreamy moon. It's like make a list and check it twice, right? It's a set up the bones of your life, right? But indeed, look at your chart and know where Capricorn is to see what structure you are going to initiate in that area of life. All right. December 24th is Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas to my friends who celebrate that holiday. Nice sextile from the Mercury and Cap over to the Neptune and Pisces, so I like that. I like that for the inspiration. I really feel like that would be if you are celebrating the holiday in a less secular way and a more spiritual way. Christmas Eve is really like go to a service or light some candles, sing, pray, meditate, commune with the cosmic love avatar that is Jesus the Christ. Moon cap trine to the Uranus. I like that. It's going to touch both Venus and Mercury, also nice, and sextiles to them Neptune. And then finally it lands on Pluto. But I feel like all those other benefits, we've been dealing with Pluto energy for a while now. It's not going to be, I think, anything new that will surface. And then on Christmas Day, the 25th, we've got an aqua moon. Sends a nice beam of energy over to the Jupiter in Aries. I like that. It trines to the Mercury in Gemini. So it's it's a little bit more of a detached moon, right? Aquarian moons. But yet it's got this nice energy with the Jupiter and the Mercury. And so I think people will be not quite as edgy or tender as they might be, and a little bit more able to kind of just step back and enjoy the day. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Let's check out the tarot and see what that holds for us. If you do have a moment, please comment, please please share it with a friend. It helps me to be able to provide this free content for you. Let's catch up in the tarot. Hi there, friends. All right. Isis Lotus Tarot for the week of December 19th, 2022. Kind of an interesting week with that Jupiter vibe shift, right? I'm really intrigued by that. All right. My cards are being sticky today. Thank you for your patience while I just tune in and shuffle so that I can hear when the cards are ready. All right. So the first one is the past, right? The basic influence. We've got the High Priestess. All right. So this is you either getting a spiritual advice from somebody. This is just this really, she's the divine mother. She's the goddess. She's Isis, right? The veiled Isis. So this is really some spiritual growth that is influencing this week. You, Six of Wands. You're finally getting some recognition, all right? People are starting to see what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. You should be feeling kind of proud, like you can get out into the world and really be seen for who you are and what good you bring for the world. The present environment, rut-row. All right, Seven of Swords, we got to beware of theft. We got to watch out for someone stealing something from us, whether they steal our peace of mind, they steal our moment, they steal our actual, time or energy. This is something we need to be very careful. Culmination of the influences. There's going to be something that goes down this week that's kind of fast, unexpected energy, kind of flowing in, and you need to be nimble. All right. So keep that in mind. Don't overschedule the week. Whoa. Key card, core of the future. We've got the Devil. All right. That is really intriguing, especially with the Seven of Swords and Eight of Wands to have the Devil here. Let's see what that reveals. Because that's the key card, the core of the future. All right, on one side, we've got the Happy Family card. We have Four of Wands, security, stability. On the other, we have the Five of Pentacles, feeling a sense of lack, being an outsider, not having what you need, feeling a sense of loss. Two very different energies, okay? Keep that in mind as we're looking to manage the week. Near future, key card here, the Lovers. Oh, interesting. Traditionally, this card indicates three people in a love triangle. This particular deck, this Ciro Marchetti deck, which I absolutely love, by the way, And if you want to know more about it, be sure to hop on my website. I've got a free tarot course there. But check this out. Like it's something's really good for you, but this could be a love triangle situation. Yeah. Watch your relationships this week. That's tricky. Let's see what the rest of the cards are. All right. The modifiers. Ace of Pentacles. Well, this was last week's outcome. So maybe it's something that you started. Page of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. If you watched last week, these same cards came up as like the outcome for the week. So here we are. There might be something going on with these things that you've started. All right. We've got the Fool paired with the Ace of Pentacles. The Judgment card is paired with the Page of Cups. And then the solutions, progressions. We've got Six of Pentacles over here. We've got the Empress over here. Eight of Swords, the Worry card, paired with the Six of Pentacles. And then we've got the Strength card paired with the Empress. All right, this is fascinating. A lot of these cards came up last week, so let's break it down. So, you know, this key card, the Core of the Future, we got the Devil. All right, the Devil can mean addiction. It can mean things happening behind the scenes. It's a very Plutonian card. It can also mean the devil's in the details or a devilish approach, you know, something that's a little underhanded going on. And because we had that Theft card as the present environment, I just think you need to be really careful this week with your resources, but also with these projects that you were starting or events that you were working on from last week. Something around securing that home, right? Watch that you don't overspend. All right, this could be definitely an overspending card or committing to the wrong thing. Now, the Lovers is interesting because it could be that you have someone in your life who really sees what you're doing and is there to help you, or you could have somebody in your life who doesn't see the kind of approach that you're taking. So if you're over here on the like really trying to score the happy family situation, you're going to be doing something or initiating something. People might not agree. They might think you're being silly or foolish. And so as you begin to pour energy and resources into it, there'll be doubts. You'll have some self-doubts. But I do think because the Lovers is that near future, that it is worthwhile. Now over on this other side, we got this Five of Pentacles where there's this real concern or feeling of lack, right? It may not be real. No, it may be, all right? But you still should go ahead and initiate and move towards things that really make you feel happy, right? This Lovers card, the Empress here, the Strength card. Use your creativity. Use your, use those feminine qualities. Again, I talked about this last week. Receptivity, compassion, love. All of those things are superpowers, right? The culture may not think so, but the reality is that through yielding, you have almost more strength, right? Than something's rigid, that's rigid. So the outcomes in the long term for this week are good. It's a little tricky to start. Have your white light shields up, have your, be clear on what it is that you want and who it is that you trust, and the outcome is good. All right. Interesting week. I wish you all the best.